This was the moment. The split second where triumph and disaster collided. One player, Alexander Isak, is wheeling away in celebration after scoring a crucial goal. But the celebration catches in his throat. Suddenly, he's on the turf, his face a mask of pure agony. The player who challenged him, Micky van de Ven, can only look on, hands on his head. A goal that helped secure a vital 3 points for Liverpool, a potentially season-ending injury for their star striker, and a debate that has split the footballing world right down the middle. Was this a cynical, reckless challenge that deserved a red card? Or was it simply a desperate, last-ditch piece of defending with a horrific outcome? Liverpool legend Jamie Carragher has weighed in, and his analysis, from a defender's point of view, changes everything. The stage was the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. This wasn't just another Premier League fixture, it was a heavyweight clash. Liverpool, who had climbed to 5th after this 2-1 victory, were in a tense battle with a tough Spurs side. The game needed a hero, and it seemed to have found one in Alexander Isak. The Swedish striker, who arrived at Anfield in a record-breaking £125 million deal, was brought on as a halftime substitute. And in the 56th minute, he did exactly that. Finding a pocket of space, he unleashed a powerful shot to score the opening goal. But in the very same motion as he planted his standing leg, he was met by the full force of a sliding Micky van de Ven. The joy was instantly forgotten. Isak went down, signaling immediately to the bench in clear and considerable distress. After the match, Liverpool manager Arne couldn't hide his concern, saying if a player scores and then gets injured and doesn't try to come back, that is usually not a good thing. That feeling soon turned into a grim reality. Sources confirmed that the club suspected a significant lower leg injury, possibly a fracture, with an MRI scan pending. This one collision now means Alexander Isak could miss a crucial run of games for Liverpool across multiple competitions. The fallout was immediate and the debate was fierce. How could a tackle that resulted in such a catastrophic injury go completely unpunished on the field? The referee waved play on, the goal stood, and Van de Ven escaped without so much as a yellow card. The reason? An unwritten rule in football. If a goal is scored, the advantage has been played, and the foul is often overlooked. But many argued this was an exception. The case for a red card was made forcefully across punditry studios. The argument was that intent is irrelevant when a player's safety is endangered. The analysis focused on key markers for a sending off: lunging, being out of control, and having no chance of getting the ball. From this viewpoint, even though Isak scored, the challenge itself was reckless and should have resulted in a red card. The feeling was that if a similar tackle happened in the middle of the park, it would be an instant dismissal. The outcome of the play, the goal should not grant immunity for a challenge that was reckless. For them, the injury wasn't just bad luck. It was the direct result of a dangerous action. But then came the defender's perspective. Jamie Carragher, a man who built a legendary career at Liverpool on the foundation of fierce, last-ditch defending, saw the incident through a different lens. He began by saying, "There has a lot been made about a lot of the challenges in the game from Tottenham players. I've put myself in Van de Ven's position, and that's a challenge I'd probably make." That single sentence reframed the entire debate. Carragher's argument rested on the core principles of defending. First, the defender's absolute mandate. He broke it down. He has to make that challenge. You can't let the striker just get a shot away there in that situation. In that moment, Van de Ven is thinking about one thing: stop the ball from going into the net. Second, Carragher looked at the raw mechanics. While critics screamed out of control, Carragher pointed to the physics of a slide tackle. "He's trying to block it. It's just the follow-through," he explained. "I don't know where else anyone thinks his foot's going to go." This is a crucial point. A full-speed slide tackle is a transfer of enormous momentum. Once a player commits, he can't just hit the brakes. The tragedy occurred because Isak's planting foot occupied the exact space where Van de Ven's momentum was always going to carry him. This led to Carragher's final, blunt verdict: it's just really bad luck for Isak. We're about to break down the devastating ripple effect this has on Liverpool's entire season. But first, what do you think? Is Carragher right to defend the tackle from a player's perspective, focusing on the defender's duty and the mechanics of the challenge? Or are the critics correct that the outcome proves the tackle was reckless? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you're enjoying this deep dive, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Regardless of intent, the reality for Liverpool is catastrophic. Even while defending the tackle, Jamie Carragher called Isak's absence a huge blow for the club. A huge blow feels like an understatement. It's a crisis. The injury has plunged Liverpool's attack into a state of emergency. Alexander Isak is now gone for the foreseeable future. His absence is compounded by a perfect storm of unavailability. The club's talisman, Mohamed Salah, is away at the Africa Cup of Nations. To make matters worse, Cody Gakpo is also sidelined with a muscle injury. Suddenly, the entire weight of Liverpool's goal-scoring responsibility falls onto the shoulders of Hugo Ekitike. This one tackle has now completely upended Liverpool's January transfer plans. The club is now forced to act, dipping into the market not out of strategy, but out of sheer necessity. Van de Ven's challenge didn't just injure a player, it sent shockwaves through Liverpool's entire season. So we're left with two conflicting schools of thought. On one side, the view that this was a reckless, out-of-control lunge where the consequence, a serious injury, is proof that a red card was the only answer. And on the other, Jamie Carragher arguing that Micky van de Ven was simply fulfilling his primary duty in a desperate attempt to block a shot, an action without malice that led to a deeply unlucky injury. Where do you land in this debate? Was Carragher providing vital context, or was he just defending the indefensible? Let me know your final verdict in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next breakdown.